Headfirst. I'm back with the brilliant Darren O'Connor, a veteran of our dating panel, and we are going to embark on a little smut journey of our own. Yes, we are.
I'm so excited.
Now, Darren, we actually have a clip from Devil of Dublin just to set the mood. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Let's have a listen.
I have no idea how hard it was to walk away from you tonight. The way you looked up at me when I let you go. Lips parted, eyes big and begging. It took everything I had not to pick you up and wrap your legs around my waist. Carry you into that side passage by the restaurant. Kiss you like I knew you wanted.
Oh, wow. Is it Nidge that recorded it?
I'd love to wrap you around your waist, grab you by the legs and throw you down on the bleeding bed and all. Anyways, I'm into it.
Yeah, I love it. I actually didn't know that this existed. This is a whole new world.
But I think this level of it is kind of, it's intriguing.
Yeah.
It's I'm intrigued to know what he looks like. I've a lot of different pictures in my mind when I hear this part of the story. Now, there is levels of smut. There's levels of, he gets really into it. It gets into the bedroom. It gets down and dirty. Will we go one more? Will we have another listen?
Let's go.
Yeah, and we'll dissect after. Okay, let's have another listen.
Today I do not want to stop thinking about you. I just want to lie here and tell you how fucking badly I want you. I thought you might like to hear that. I also thought you might like to hear me taking care of this little problem you've caused.
Is it Emmett Scanlon, the actor? It sounds exactly like him. It really does.
I feel like he's going to be like, all right, Deco.
Now, on a scale from like mildly erotic to, I need a cold shower, like where does it sit with you? Where are you on the scale of feeling aroused with that?
I love it.
I know it's a bit hard to,
Right now, Jen?
Right now. But does it do it for you? Are you into it?
I am so into this. Yeah, I love this. I love him, I think.
Do you? It's the voice doing it for you?
Yeah, and I think, like you said, it really, you can paint your own picture. Like, I'm thinking 50 Shades of gay. Unfortunately, I'm into men. I'm thinking 50 Shades of Grey. If I had have had that on audiobook, that would have been amazing. And I feel like you're kind of cheating the system. You're not having to read. You're getting the pleasure without the putting the work in. It's fab. And I feel like you can use your imagination.
So you've never listened to audio erotica before?
Never knew it existed. And now.
Oh, it does. And it's big with women. Women love this stuff more so than men. Men are quite visual, I think, but women are absolutely, like millions of women are lapping this up. They're putting their headphones in, they're doing their Tesco shop, they're going on about their business and they're listening to smut erotica.
Yeah, I can imagine it. Like, I feel like the only time I go into that kind of trance meditative state is when I have music in and I'm going for a walk. So now I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to use this all the time. And it's kind of inconspicuous as well. Do you know what I mean? You could be on the Lewis. I feel like I'm going to be looking at people differently now, being like, what are you listening to?
How important is the voice then?
The voice is everything.
Now, do you think you're into this because you're from the country? Like,
probably.
You're into the Dublin. I don't know if the Dublin accent, this is a weird thing to say, but I actually don't think the Dublin accent is, or this voice is particularly doing it for me. Like, I would lean towards more like a Cillian Murphy, Paul Mescal probably. That would probably be more my vibe.
No, I like the Dublin accent, especially this kind of, I feel like it's more north side. It's not like, I'm going to wrap your legs round my waist.
Yeah, that'd be a major turn off. Sorry, south side Dublin
Or
lads.
maybe more of a Barry White. He's like the Barry White of inner city Dublin. I feel I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so you're into this. So the voice is very, very important. Who else do you think could do it? Who else do you think could, if you were to pick an actor or somebody?
Ooh, that is a good question. Do I know them already? Like straight away, I'm thinking like Brad Pitt in my ear would be absolutely ideal. But
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
The deeper, the better, I think.
In what sense? Jen.
The voice. Okay, so look, I did a little bit of reading on this, okay? And a deeper male voice is generally considered more attractive, often perceived as more masculine, dominant, and respectable. Research, I think there was lots of research done in the University of London. Research indicates that women often prefer lower pitched male voices because they subconsciously signal larger body size, strength, and potential, making them appear more sexy.
Ah, so they have massive feet.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, subconsciously, apparently, women prefer a deeper voice. But I'm wondering, what is it for men? I mean, we're going to talk to this guy later on who's made a whole career out of talking dirty, right? Out of doing this audio erotica. But what about for men? Like, what's out there for them, and what kind of a voice do they gravitate towards? Is it the same? Is it deep and sexy and husky, or is it high pitched and more feminine? It's a crazy one, isn't it?
Isn't it? I feel like men have enough now at this point.
Have enough.
Yeah. Leave the audio stuff to us. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
this is ours.
Yeah, I feel like it's ours. And do you know what? I'm about to drop a bomb on you now.
Go on.
Jen. But I think personally, like genuinely, I didn't know that audio erotica existed until now. And I feel like I've actually only ever had an orgasm with a man once in my life.
That is some bomb.
Yeah, I just thought I'd
Okay.
throw it out here. We're all
Okay.
friends.
Go on.
And I think that if I was to listen to an audio, like I feel like I'm a people pleaser. That's the problem. So I'm so in my head when they're doing whatever that I'm like, holy mother God, like I can't cope. Whereas for them, the minute like it's, something's happening, I'm like, it's showtime. I'm ready to go. Do you know what I mean? I know that you're going to have a good time, but I'm just here to perform.
You need to talk to someone about that.
Exactly. It's like Beetlejuice. It's showtime. But yeah, I feel like if I was to have some kind of audio in my head,
It would keep you in the
it'd
moment
keep-
in a way.
Yeah, so maybe for women that have the same problems as I, it might be a great tool in the bedroom. Now, maybe not on the first date, but do you know, I'm sure there's women.
I don't know how he'd feel about you stretching over to your bedside locker to get your headphones.
Let's just pretend you're not here and you're a different man in my
Yeah,
ear.
and it's not really thinking about it. It's not really it being in the moment, is it? Because you're being transported to Nidge's bedroom in some dirty flat where he's throwing you down on the bed.
Sounds like a good time to me.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, but maybe as a form of kind of foreplay would be good.
Yeah, while you're washing the dishes. But I think like until you're comfortable, you could use it as a stage. Like eventually you'd get kind of a training tool. I feel like you'd eventually then just relax after a couple of times with Nidge in your ear.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I hope there's choice out there for women, because if that voice doesn't do it for you and he's the most successful one, I mean, what are you going to do?
He's the most successful.
He's very popular. He's very, very popular. Yeah. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of them, but he's doing so well. Women are loving this guy. Absolutely loving it.
God.
Now, I do have another clip. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. We're going to have
Is this going up a level?
Are we going up a level now? Let's do it.
Thanks. It's all yours. Wine tasting, dinner, a movie, an accidental love bomb, and this thick fucking throbbing cock. I know. You just want me all to yourself. Oh, you just want to be worshipped and taken care of.
Now, can I say something? In this particular clip, he's less Nidge and more Mr. Burgess.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I take back everything I said
snapper.
before. That was A1, Jen.
Isn't he? He's a bit. That was A1, Sheridan. That was A1. It's fairly risky. I haven't done voiceovers. What kind of a place does he have to be in, or a state of mind to get that out in a recording studio? I mean, is he touching himself? Is he getting aroused while he's doing it himself? Is he? Because he sounds he's a very good actor. Yeah. He's very good.
That one is a bit questionable now. I feel like that went to cringe.
Oh, okay.
It went to cringe for me there. The kissing of the lips, and then like things that you think women want, you know, like, oh, I'm going to love bomb you, and you know, that kind of like, you're worthy.
Can I give some creative criticism on that clip? Can I do that?
Yeah, I would love that.
Where's the other person? Okay, so it sounds like he's in a sound booth by himself. I suppose the kissing and the all that would sound better, I would say, if we could hear the other person.
Yeah.
As well. So I think I would be okay. So I have it.
Yeah.
We need audio erotica with the two people.
And I volunteer as tribute.
Okay. Okay, you do that. You can get into the box with him and you can pretend kiss and suck each other off from far, far away. Because I can just visualize it. Like, my mind isn't going to a sexy scenario where Emmett Scanlon, I don't know why I keep referring to him, I just think he sounds like him, a gorgeous hunk of a man, gorgeous person is, you know, in this bedroom scenario. I just visualise a voice actor in a sound booth go, that's, you know.
I feel like before he started with the slapping of the lips, like when it was just kind of, ooh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But when he took it to the next level, it was like, oh God, no.
Well, it's funny that, because it's the anticipation of the story that does it for the women.
Yes.
So maybe they switch off at this point.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to find out. But it's the whole anticipation of the story, the build up, which is what we lack a lot of the times, lads, you know?
Just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Note to self. The build up is very important for women, and that's what they love about this kind of audio erotica.
Yeah. And that's why I feel like you need to be so comfortable, and that's why I think it might help women. Do you know, like, you could be washing the dishes, it could spice up the relationship, like we said, in Tesco, doing your shopping, you can listen to it and then you're kind of more or less ready to go once you get home.
Well, maybe not in Tesco, maybe when you're putting on the sexy underwear before or whatever, you know.
Washing the dishes, cleaning out the fire.
Yeah. I don't know.
Making the fire.
What accents are good, do you think? So the Dublin accent does it for you, that's clear.
Specifically North Dublin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love a Kerry accent and a Cork accent, any kind of an accent really, except what gives me the ick is when people are learning languages and they start talking in that language. You know, they put on the voice. As in, like, if they're learning. I was in a taxi with a man and I liked him, and then the taxi man was from Brazil, and your man was like, oh yeah, I speak Portuguese, and he started trying to converse with the taxi man, and I was like, this is disgusting. Like, I don't even speak, I was going to say Chinese, Portuguese.
It's a tricky
it doesn't
language.
Sound like that. Yeah.
It's not a very, I would say it wouldn't be the sexiest of languages.
Yeah, he also had a D4 accent, so maybe it was that.
It was that. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
There's a theme here now, Darren, with the D4 accent.
And you know, it's more of a me problem because I can't learn an accent, so maybe that's it. And I'm like, I'm embarrassed now that you're trying.
Yeah. Apparently Jamie Dornan has one of the sexiest voices in the world. And he's Northern Irish, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Northern Irish accent does it for me. The core, any kind of a, and I do like a North Dublin accent. I do, but it has to be very specific.
It's not Nidge.
It is Nidge, but it's not Mr. Burgess.
Yes, there's a fine line, isn't there,
There's
between the two of them?
There's a fine line.
All I think is A1 Sharon.
A1 Sharon. It's ruined it for us, hasn't it?
No,
it's ruined it.
He's given the older man vibes. Maybe, I don't know, I think I have I definitely no, I don't.
Well, obviously the Italian accent does it for me because I'm married to one and I was engaged to one before. Like, I just can't get enough of them. The Italian accent is just the one for me.
That could be a little side hustle for the two of you there now. Gap in the market.
There
An
we
Irish
go.
woman and an Italian man audio.
See, that's what I think that piece of audio is missing.
Yeah.
Because he sounds like he's kissing himself.
He does. It does. It sounds a bit strange. And actually, when you speak of Jamie Dornan, and I'm going to go back to the 50 Shades of
Go on.
Grey again, I have never been so disappointed with a casting in my life.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was picturing, I don't know if you know him, Henry Cavill. Now, actually, he could talk to me, he could talk in a Portuguese accent, he could do whatever he wants, and I would be still into him. So that's who I'm picturing. Maybe
Yeah.
not, with the
Jamie Dornan is will I tell you my Jamie Dornan story?
Oh my God, I would love to.
Literally last week, I was going for a jog and I was running and I was at 6K and I was dying. Okay. And I thought, I cannot run anymore. And I saw this angel sent from heaven walking towards me with a baby carrier. Now, that could have been fake to make him more hot. Walking towards me. And it was a very narrow footpath. And he looked at me and I looked at him and I went, that's fucking Jamie Dornan. It's Jamie Dornan. And I ran 8K that day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had had
So-
him in your ear.
I'm telling you now. He was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Oh my God, he was so gorgeous. Yeah, he was just unassuming, beautiful. The baby carrier, that made him more sexy.
Yeah.
Just pottering around with his coffee, walking through Ranelagh, whatever. And I saw him and I thought I was going to die. And he gave me the inspiration and the motivation to run
keep
another
going.
2K. Yeah. So,
I think my eggs would have exploded. Had
Yeah.
and especially, with the baby, if he had a dog and like a bag of kittens, it's
Oh.
like, oh my God.
anyway, so his voice, yes. The West of Ireland, yes. What about other countries? What about the UK? What about the London accent? I do like a Cockney accent. I do like a dirty London accent.
Ooh, maybe the Liverpool.
Really?
Oh, yeah, kind of into that.
Oh, that's dirt.
Yeah, yeah.
That is
I love a
dirt.
bit of
Yeah.
dirt.
Yeah.
Right up my alley.
Yeah. Scottish?
Scottish love,
Nice.
actually, yeah. That's one of my favourites. And then you can't beat a good Leish accent, do you know what I mean?
But it reminds me of Bernard O'Shea, so that would be a no for me.
Actually, Bernard, I would give Anthem to have Bernard in my
He
ear.
wouldn't be bad, actually. He wouldn't be bad.
And then I wrapped your leg around. Well, I'm not saying that's Bernard now. Bernard's more fun.
He is.
Bernard hit me up.
Okay, well, look, we've done enough talking about it. I think it's time we spoke to the voice behind the Devil of Dublin to find out a bit more about why audio erotica is having its moment. And all in any ways, yeah, get up out of that.
All right, Jenny.
So we had a little listen already to some of your work.
Okay.
And, well, it's amazing what you can do. I mean, you're very versatile. But for anybody who doesn't know what audio erotica is, can you explain it?
I'll try.
Go on.
There's probably different levels to it. I guess the most basic version would be like listening to an audiobook that maybe is a romance, genre. There will be obviously a story, how they meet, how they get together, and there will be some spicy scenes in it, which would be narrated by the voice actors that are paid to do it. The audio erotica part of it, there's an app that I work for called Quinn, and this is more like a self-insert. So like you, the listener, is playing the part of the female character or the male character in that story. It's a little shorter, like an audiobook is like 8 to 10 hours or whatever. This is like 15 to 30 minute little stories, and they have, I think, maybe like 30% world building and then 70% spice, where you insert yourself into these tropes or kinks or whatever that you maybe catches your eye or maybe you want to try and experience.
Interesting. And that makes complete sense as to why there's only one voice.
Yeah. So that's what when I sent you.
I was like, where's the other person?
So you're that other person, and
Gotcha.
The way it's produced, obviously there's very different sort of like categories, but let's say the most popular one would be that self-insert style, where I work with an author called BB Easton, so she has to write the script. There's no listener responses.
it's like we're just trying to lead the conversation of like, I say something, you've not responded, but in my head I've gone, they've probably said, this or that. And then the story continues that way. So I guess you get to be immersed into that world and you are the main character. You're the main focus of everything. So your pleasure is the main focus of the whole story.
And that's why women love it so much, because that's
Yeah.
rare. I'm so intrigued by this. I need to start at the very beginning. How did you get into this, first of all?
So I done an audiobook in like 2022. I was contacted by BB through like Instagram, and I did my first audiobook, which is Devil of Dublin. It's like an Irish mafia romance story. I recorded that. Everyone loved it. I think a lot of the times when like Audible or Amazon are like hire Irish speakers, they're just Americans doing impressions, which, over the years, I'm sure people listening or watching now can list all of the bad Irish accents or Irish or stage Irish. So to actually have someone from Dublin playing someone from Dublin, it kind of blew up and got really successful. And then she put me in touch with other production houses. And then I picked up another audiobook, then another audiobook.
You have a great voice.
Thanks. People think I'm American.
No, you
Anytime
have a
I'm
great
flying,
voice.
they're like, are you heading back home? And I'm like, no, I live here. Like I have to, I think being a tour guide before, I had to just phonetically speak so you could hear and understand every word, because I don't want to lose a couple of Spanish people in a forest because they didn't understand what I was saying. Because obviously, the bus driver, nobody understood a word he was saying. And I would have to be like, okay, so I've slowed.
Did you train yourself to do that? Did you have professional training to speak slower, to not mumble, to pronunciate?
I haven't done a single class in anything.
Wow. You have it naturally, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's amazing what nerves and panic can do. Even right now, just winging it. Look where I am.
You speak so slowly and you come across, it sounds quite confident. And just going back to what you do and why women gravitate towards this stuff and find it so attractive and so much of a turn on, because a voice like that, studies have shown that women find more masculine, more attractive. So it's half your job done.
Yeah.
You just need a good script.
But even I think I've been on the app now with BB for 2 years. And the amount of things I've learned that I want to go to the pub and grab all of my mates and go, no, don't do this, do this. And you kind of get educated while creating it. And when I started working for the Quinn app, I had no idea what any of this stuff was. They have tags and tropes and kinks, and I'd be texting BB every day. I'm like, hey, someone's asking for this. What's that? And she's like, oh, this is they like that, you know what I mean? Like all of these things. So
I totally get it, because my husband, since he's been listening to this podcast, we started about 6 months ago, he's like a master now. He knows that he thinks he is, but he's brilliant, and he's so
how's
open.
his voiceover skills?
Not bad, not
Okay,
bad.
get him in.
He's not bad, but he's learning so much, and I think that willingness. I mean, obviously, it's the job you're in. What kind of stuff? Just things that women like in the bedroom, what to say, what not to say, all that kind of stuff?
Everything. And even, the Quinn app itself has, audio erotica, not safe for work stuff. And I think I'd sent you a clip, and I was talking to BB last night, I don't know how graphic they want it, because it goes from, nice, soft bedtime stories to all the noises you would hear in reality. And I have a sound engineering degree, so I really immerse you into it, so you can hear every sound that you'd naturally hear. So when you are the listener, the self-inserted, when you close your eyes, yes, nobody's there, but your brain is being tricked because you can hear the body pats or the wetness or all these sort of things put together. And you kind of, I know from, listeners either hate it or love it. They can't, it's just that, they go, no, that's too much. And then there's other people like, oh my God, I'm so fully immersed. This is what I wanted.
I had a knee-jerk reaction when I heard it first. Well, first of all, I was in this studio with Darren and we were listening to it together, and it was quite, if I'm honest with you, quite a shock to the system. It's like, oh, whoa, he's really going there. But I suppose in a different scenario, headphones in, going for a walk in the park or in my house or on my, it would be a different thing as well, you know? How many people are listening to this? Do you know how many people are on this app? You got a rough estimate?
It varies. Like it's a subscription-based monthly thing. They do.
I heard millions.
Yeah, I mean the two guys who did Heated Rivalry, Hudson and Connor, they came in and did a story called Ember and Ice, which is like an MM, like male. It wasn't self-insert. It was like the listener's a fly on the wall.
Okay.
So now you're listening to the story of them getting together, and that has like 1 million plays. And I don't know if it's the same 12 people really, going at themselves, but it's like massive. And Andrew Scott did one, and like there's a whole list of like Quinn originals, and then apart from like other than the actual let's say celebrity like people they bring in, there's like 100 creators from all around the world. So I have an audience. The other British guys have an audience. The American girls have an audience. The Australian, so they have everything. It's like Spotify.
Yeah.
So I don't actually know. They don't share the numbers, but it's in the tens of thousands.
It's interesting. It sounds like you have a good partnership because you have a female writer, and if
Yes.
you're doing this for predominantly a female audience,
I've
that's
got the cheat sheet.
You
Yeah, I
absolutely
like
do.
there is a couple of guys that they do it all themselves. And
How
it
do
is-
they get on?
It's trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a couple of guys where at the start they have a really nice voice,
Yeah.
and that can kind of coast you. But over time, because you have an audience and they're telling you like, hey, have you tried this and tried that? Like we still get it as well. But like having BB there to be like, because I always like, oh, and then we do this and do this. And she's like, yeah, but they want this. And I'm like, nah. And she's like, I'm sorry.
She's like, I know.
Yeah, she does know. Yeah. So
She absolutely does. And how do you get into that headspace before you go into a record? Like, do you have to mentally prepare yourself, or are you just rocking up with your coffee and grabbing the script and getting it
I thought
done?
you were gonna say, I didn't think you were going to say coffee there. So, rocking up with my, yeah.
How does it work for you on a practical level?
At this stage now, it is like a job. I do have a recording set up in my apartment. So I just, at the very, very start, I was recording it on the fly. I was working on a movie and a TV show at the time. So in my backpack, I had a microphone, and I was telling my friend to just get out of the house and paying him money to leave so that I could be like, looking around and just be like,
Yeah.
hope nobody can hear me.
You're probably less self-conscious now doing it. You're doing it so long. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I would hope that, it's soundproofed where I am. And actually, like doing audiobook work, I find the reading, like the normal story building parts, more difficult now than when it gets to the spicy bits. I'm like, it's my wheelhouse and I can do it no problem. So I think at the start, I struggle to say some of the words. And even now, I know this is like a sexual wellness podcast. I'm afraid to say curse words. I'm like, no, there's.
Oh, you can
I'm
say
being
'em.
polite. But like Irish people saying the word pussy, just
Yeah.
sounds weird to me. But not that you're saying gee or any like. I think in terms of Irish audience, I don't think Irish people would listen to this. I think it's more of like I would have a North American audience. The British guys would have an Irish audience, because you're trying to find what you don't regularly kind of have. But getting over some of the stuff I had to say, once I've said that, once that's on the internet, and then a couple of friends of mine, because Quinn, they do like TikTok social media promos, and just my mates being like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, you're
You
the
need
one?
to listen. You'll learn something.
Yeah, but it's costs money, so they're like, buy a pint instead.
You can
I'll
tell
just
me.
keep pushing all the buttons and
You
hope
can
that she
tell
loves me.
Yeah, exactly. That is so true. Do you think people are moving away from visual porn, or they're just looking for something different?
I think I wouldn't say people as a broader term, but I guess the female. I don't know who said it, but it's like men are visual creatures and, female are like imaginative creatures, whatever. And I understand that sort of thing of like, I can describe something to you, whether it's through audio or through text message, and that is what gets you kind of going. and then you could tell that to me, and I'm like, yeah, but show me, you know what I mean? So it's like we're just apes, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. So with the audio, it's definitely, it's growing, and there's a couple of things that I think have made it that way. And like you said, like a lot of the people listen to Quinn, and it's very graphic and very, very.
Is there levels? Did you say there's levels of that type of stuff? Like
Yeah,
you
like
go
myself
graphic
and
or,
BB,
like,
we go
pole vault over the line.
Yeah. So a lot of people, they could like talk you through your own, you know, self-pleasure experience, and there's no noises. It's just someone calmingly doing it. And we have like, we recorded an audio that is based off of the old joke, an Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman, where the listener is with an Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman at the same time. So now there's three men in your ear and in your everywhere else at the. So it's very overwhelming, but there is definitely levels to it.
And do you delve into the kink world as well?
In my personal life,
No, not in your
too
personal.
busy working.
In your professional life, like, do you go that far? Do you go into certain kinks?
Yeah, we've tried, and obviously, so we release an audio every Friday.
Okay.
And I've done that for 2 years straight, basically, and it's, you know, with 100 creators, I'd say maybe one or two have done that as well. Like, it's a rare thing to be there so consistently. And what I said in a previous thing is that now I know the impact of it, that someday, like one Friday, maybe someone will need not just the sexual content. Like, we do sleep stories and anti-anxiety sort of calming things down. Like, what if that person needs it that Friday? And I'm just like, I'm on holidays. You know what I mean? So it's the pressure of, like, you know.
It's a commitment.
So we have produced it. Sorry. So over time, creatively, we're trying to look for the next thing.
Okay.
And most recently, we did one that was like, I guess you term it water sports, like a golden shower. The app asked us not to publish it, which is understandable because they have like rules to follow with like Play Store, Apple, and stuff like that. But we did it in a way that is more of a claiming thing, like I wouldn't say territorial thing, but like like it was done in an artistic way, not a, you know, what's the word, graphic way.
Okay.
And people would listen to it, and we like eventually got it uploaded so our fans could listen to it, our listeners could listen to it, and they're like, this isn't my thing, but I understand now why people do it. So we do delve into that world.
Have you ever been in a record and felt uncomfortable?
This one, no.
Touché. Very good.
No, I think because there's been a couple of times I've recorded audios and I've gone, this is shit.
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
Oh, I've been
This
there as
sounds
well.
terrible.
Yeah.
And then when it comes out, they're like, this is my favorite one. I listen to it every, you know. So I think, no, I don't think I have anymore. It's just me now in a room on my own.
Well, you're probably so used to doing it. What are you, 2 years at it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of kinks and just the variety on the app, what kind of fantasies do people tend to gravitate towards? Is there really popular ones?
Yeah,
out there?
so they have like I said, it's like a Spotify thing. You can click a literal like tag and it will show you all of those audios, and what you'll know, like we have like, so I'll just speak from my perspective, like, you know how we do an audio, it's like M-dom, which is like male dominant, or M-sub, which is male submissive. And, you know, the app itself, analytically, they know that male dominance, M-dom, is one of the top categories, because it's probably people being like, well, I want to be told what to do, like that sort of stuff. And what was recently said to me is someone sent me a message that said, I would love an audio of you catcalling me, but only because I know you're a safe voice. So they're not getting it from a bunch of lads at nighttime. They're just, they're getting positive compliments sent to them by someone that they can trust, you know? So there's all different sort of new things, like I said, that I'm discovering.
You're learning a lot.
Yeah, like 100%. And with M-dom, then there's like, you know, I'm trying to think. Like myself and BB, I wouldn't say specialize, but a lot of our audios are infidelity.
Okay.
It's the idea of cheating. It's cheating without the admin of the actual damage that it might do in your real life. It's experiencing story based, that whole thing of like, I wish I could do that, but it's not worth it. So if I put on my headphones now, this Irishman's in my house and whatever, and then when you take the headphones off, you go, oh, all right, now back to normality.
That's interesting, because I was going to ask you, the idea that fantasy reflects real life desires is true, but in a positive sense, that you can play out your fantasy without doing any harm.
Yeah.
In stuff like this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and I think that's, I guess, the best way, and maybe that's why. And a lot of things, like we have done an audio that's called "Bite the Pillow," and it is for the listener to listen to while their partner is in the bed with them asleep. It's adding that sort of risk without the genuine risk. But there is, I guess, people still worried about it. Like, we know that people ask, like, what does this app come up on your credit card statement?
Really?
Because just in case.
Shame?
Yeah, I think so. And it's a lot of people, I guess the term would be like micro cheating, you know, or just cheating. I don't know how you would classify it, that, you know, this person is listening to another person to get off sexually and not their husband or their partner or their girlfriend or whatever. It's like, at the start, genuinely, when I started to do like book events, I was worried that someone would be like, hey, but what I realized is they're reaping the benefits of it. I met a man last week. He fist bumped me and was like,
amazing.
Thanks, brother.
Amazing.
You roll him up, I'll knock him out.
Well, you're doing your job. That's you doing your job. And I suppose, you know, with the percentage of men that watch porn, I mean, that would be a very unfair argument, you know, to have a go at women for listening to this type of stuff when there's so many men that still watch porn. So you're saving relationships. And speaking of which, would you say couples listen to this? Is that a thing? Do you know? They do, yeah.
So actually, myself and BB, somebody messaged us and said that after our work, after the success of our audios, they sparked their marriage and they rekindled it and they had a baby. And the baby now has my name as its middle name, as like an homage to it. And I actually met them in New Orleans in March. And they love it because it's like it's a thing they do together. Do you know what I mean? Most couples will just be like, oh, let's binge watch this Netflix show and fall asleep and nothing happens. But we've created audios where one of the ears is for the male, which was voiced by BB. One of the ears is for the female, which is voiced by me. And it's kind of instructional. It came off as an instructional thing. There's a lot of people that would listen as a partnership. I wouldn't know specifically that many.
But I think even the suggestion in a relationship to listen to something like this is showing an openness to want to make your sex life better, which is in turn a turn on, so to speak, and it's opening up conversations, whether they like it or they don't like it. It's experiencing that together. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm almost sold on this now, because it does feel quite a new thing. And do you know how long, has it been around for a long time? Because it all feels quite new.
Concept, I imagine, has been around a while.
Yeah.
Like on Reddit, there's a thread. I think it's called Gone Wild Audio, and it's where just people create audio erotica. They have usernames and they put the audio up there for free. Nobody needs to buy it. You can find everything, but just like anything on Reddit, you find the
good,
darkest.
the bad.
Yeah, of course. So I think Quinn 2022, it was created by Caroline Spiegel. She created it and it went from there, but I know there's other platforms that do this sort of stuff. So the app itself has been around since 2022. I think the influx of, I guess, Quinn's influence with using celebrity actors and like you said before we started this, like, so like, are you an actor? And I felt like I don't want to call myself that because I've not done anything too big that would justify it. But doing voice acting,
you make a living from voice acting and acting, and I mean, you're an actor. That's what you do.
But the whole thing of doing audio erotica, I felt like, well, I can't. That's not you know what I mean, maybe it's looked down upon, like, you know, an actor that does, let's say, OnlyFans or something like that. And then Quinn hiring like Jamie Campbell Bower and Andrew Scott. I'm like, wait, no, it is fine. I can, you know. So it kind of gave me that sort of thing to be like, oh no, this is acting. Like, this is voice acting. It may be a very niche area, but that's given me more, I guess, confidence to talk about it. And I started on the app as anonymous. So there's like, you can join the app and be anonymous. You can have a fake name. You can have a fake picture. And the anonymity is also something that works into the listener's experience. Because let's say people don't like the look of me, and then they go, oh, fuck, I wish he had exactly what I wanted in a man or a partner. So I was anonymous for the first 6 months. And then I revealed my identity over time through like the audio, and then obviously through social media. And people had recognized my voice from audiobooks that I'd done. And it was just a paper thin veil of like, yeah, we know it's you. It's like, oh, it's me. And they go, yeah,
We know.
Yeah, we knew. We all knew, like day 3, day 4.
You do have a very distinctive voice.
Yeah, I had done some pretty big books, and that is what done me in. You know, they were like, that's the devil of Dublin. I fucking knew it. You know,
Yeah.
so, but these anonymous guys, they have completely stayed anonymous, like no social media, and that adds another bit of, I guess, it reduces the, like, I'm a real person. Someone can meet me next month at a book event, so their partner might be like, he's a real person. You know what I mean? Like, it might add more shame to it. If you're just an anonymous name on the internet, you're just listening to this lovely British voice actor, you're going, oh, but that's my little secret. You know, he doesn't need to know about my little secret instead, you know, so.
I'm going to ask you a question. I think I know what the answer is. I'm pretty sure I do, but I want you to say for the listener. Do you ever get turned on when you're doing stuff like this?
100%.
Do you?
Yeah. And it's, I think, not when I'm recording it, when I'm listening back to edit it and the whole thing is immersed into it. And I think the situation, it's like you start to picture yourself in it, because I'm trying to build the world around it. So I'm now putting myself into it. You know what I mean? I try to separate Eric from the devil of Dublin, because there's that sort of, you have to have a detachment. I did a sex scene for a TV show, and we had an intimacy coordinator, and she opened my mind to the idea of like, you need to separate things, because you don't want to put your real life into it, because then it blurs
Yes.
reality and fiction and stuff like that. So there's been some things like, it's
Because it's hard, because you don't have an intimacy coach with you. You're in a very different setting when you're recording this. Predominantly you're at home, so I can imagine that can happen. Do you think people underestimate how powerful voice and sound can be in intimacy?
100%. Yeah, for sure. Because like, I guess it's just experiencing that people can now just hear words. They don't have to touch themselves, and that can get them to a certain stage where it's like, at any minute I'm gone. You know, I've built up so much tension through voice that they're like, oh my God, just please. And like, obviously, like there's edging audios that basically last 20-30 minutes, where this dominant male is telling you not to. And of course, you know, you cheeky, you're gonna, don't listen to him, I'll do what I want, you know. So that alone adds more excitement to it, you know.
Have you found, I know you're only doing this about 2 years, but over those 2 years, have you noticed people becoming more open about what they like through the medium? Like, are more people in the last, year, 6 months or whatever, are they contacting you saying, oh, can you guys do this? Can you guys do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, just for the safety and parasocial relationships that can develop while doing this sort of work, like, it's kind of, enforce that like your social media DMs are closed, because there's a lot of power imbalances that you can take advantage of and stuff like that. That people do reach out. They go, have you tried this? Have you tried this? But then it's like anything, you have to just, if you do that person's thing, then you got to do that person's thing. It's like myself and BB kind of stick to our own thing and hope that the audience embraces it. And especially since it's like a weekly thing, like, hey, if you didn't like that one, next Friday there'll be this one,
Yeah.
So we had created a like Google Doc. What would you like to hear and see and whatever, or hear? 1,000 entries, and you're like, oh my God.
Wow.
I'm not sifting through all of. We'll just do our own thing, because it's like some people, and we've had comments, where we'll use like a term like slut in a positive way in an audio, and people will be like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like being called that. And then the next comment is like, slut? Yes, please. So it's really hard to give the audience everything. There's so many different variables, and some people don't like this word, some people love this word. So it's a balancing act.
And for our male listeners, what predominantly turns women on?
Oh, good God. Listening, learning. Just get in there and learn. Get a notepad and pen and just ask the questions. Don't just start jumping around like
Pushing all the buttons.
Pushing all the buttons. Just wait, and take your time. Be patient. And like, even let's say through the audio world, it takes about 11 to 12 minutes for a listener to be even in the mindset or headspace to climax, or even so. Don't think like, here we go, right, and then I can put the football back on or whatever. Like, it does take time, and I don't want to. I think there's just a wide range. I think honestly, like communication, like genuinely asking them what they want, because I'm sure you're different to the next person and so on. So if I say some broad term, and then this guy's like, right, Mary, let's go, pins her to a wall by the throat, and you're going, maybe that's not what she wants.
No, but you said something very helpful, I suppose, and that is that some of these are like 10, 12 minutes long, or whatever, and that's just to get them into the headspace.
Yeah,
it takes time.
Yeah,
take your time.
Keep your socks on.
Or don't, whatever you're into. So, do you think audio erotica can actually improve people's sex lives?
100%. Yeah, of course, it already has. There's literal,
babies.
There's babies. We've made babies, everyone. No, I think so. And I guess, it's a more secretive medium for listening to that kind of stuff, because like
it's feels or sounds or whatever more intimate.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, there's that sort of possible parasocial relationship. Could be someone who's never been with anyone, and like there's audios where it's you experiencing your first time, and maybe that is you experiencing your first time through being talked through it and what happens the real way, not the fantasy way, not the real way that it happened. But a lot of our listeners have said that they had a bad first experience, and going back and listening to this audio kind of gave them that, like, oh, that's how it should be, that's how it, what I mean? So it is 100% going to change. It already has, but it's going to change everything, because when you think, remember when 50 Shades of Grey came out and people were on the tube listening or reading it, and then obviously the male counterpart knew about this filthy book, and now there's a person on the train reading it, and then they're self-conscious because now everyone's looking, wait, there's that book, where it's like, in your headphones, what do you think I'm listening to?
Could we listen to anything?
Exactly. So even looking at me now, my headphones are in, I'm walking down the street. What music do you think I'm listening to?
Heavy metal.
Exactly. But I'm not. I got Billie Eilish on. I'm listening to, genuinely. So you don't know. Or I could just be listening to three lads moaning in my ear.
Absolutely. So. And if I have a baby called Quinn in the next 9 months, you all know what's happened. There we go. Eric, thank you so much. It's been so enlightening, and I've loved having you on.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.